Hi, Ella. Um, this is my application piece for the Leadership Explorer Milestone 1 Traditional Approaches to Leadership. The two I will be discussing today are the social change model and the situational leadership model. To begin with, I will summarize the social change model. Basically, to my understanding, it suggests that the role of a leader naturally comes with that social responsibility to make people better. That's what I take away from it. In my opinion, I agree with it. I think that's what a leader should be doing. I think a leader should always be creating better situations for those that they are leading to develop more progressively, healthily, and sustainably. You can't just lead people and achieve something and then just have it fizzle away once it's over. Sustainability is my one of my biggest things. If I could just add a little personal note to there. Um, but to continue with my opinion of it, yes, a leader should always be encouraging collaborative strategies by highlighting the skills of the many different people involved and the stakeholders that are surrounding the issue. This reinforces participation on all parts going forward for any project, any social movement, any activity, anything. I think it's very important to collaborate with ideas and perceptions of everybody involved for the sake of a more effective solution. Um, the leader should always have the group's values in mind when working towards the goal. It shouldn't be about the leader's perspective and what the leader hopes to achieve. It should be about what do the people want to achieve through the leader. The leader, in my opinion, is a medium for success, for progress, for things to happen. Um, I'm just looking at my notes here. The leader should always be working towards themselves. There's two parts to that. The social change model. The first is inherently tied to social responsibility, which I just addressed. The second part is based on increasing the levels of self-knowledge and capacity to work collaboratively with others. And I agree. I think a leader should always be working towards developing themselves and to increase the levels of and abilities to of self-awareness amongst the people that they are leading. I think a leader should work towards creating more leaders um, in that sense. They should always be improving the people that they are leading and as well as themselves. They should never become complacent in their role as a leader. Does this role resonate with me? Yes, absolutely. I feel very attached to this. I'm very passionate about building capacities across the world for everybody. I love empowering people. I love supporting people in developing themselves, their communities. I'm very passionate about that. I myself am going through a stage of great personal development. Um, so I truly believe in individual development. So I love to help raise capacities of everybody that I lead or work with, for that matter. Um, are there situations where I can use it in my everyday life as a community development worker? That is what we as community development workers hope to achieve from the minute we wake up to the second we go to bed. We hope to increase the capacities of everybody, make everybody better. Um, our our approach to leadership is a very inclusive approach, very collaborative approach, and very asset based approach. So this falls right into what I do in my professional, personal, and what I've been doing in my academic life for the past 2 years. Is it relevant to today's world? Absolutely. There's so many marginalized communities out there, and all these people have ideas and values and goals and desires and needs that really aren't being met. So they need people to help them manifest their hopes and dreams for themselves, their families, and their communities. And that's where people like myself, I feel community development workers come in as leaders to help these people collaborate and organize themselves and walk away from a organized and sustainable force in the community. I think a leader should create that, and that's what we do. That's what I try to do. That's what I've been taught to do. That's what I've been born to do. Sorry, I get a little carried away. Yes, absolutely, it's relevant to today's world. Situational leadership. I will move to my second one, situational leadership. To summarize that, it says the leader should be able to adjust themselves to the different levels of people that they're working with. So if you're trying to lead bureaucrats, deliver yourself and present yourself to a bureaucrat in that realm, kind of thing. Kind of like relate to them and deliver yourself in that way. Whereas if you are leading community groups in an underfunded neighborhood in East Scarborough, you kind of have to relate to them a little bit, and that goes like you can't just like this. It's hard to relate to different community groups, different people that you're leading. So you have to be flexible, socially flexible. You have to be able to recognize the differences in groups and people, and then adapt yourself accordingly. So we have to be able to work with corporate groups and community groups and fundraisers and and in along there every different I hate to say class. I don't like to classify people. Every different type of social standing, every person from every group in society, every religion, every culture, every socioeconomic grouping, everybody falls under the umbrella of the people that we try to work with. So, as a community development worker, to be successful, we and I have to be, and there is great benefit in being very socially flexible. So, to be a leader in every different type of situation will make you a very effective leader going forward. Otherwise, you're really just only able to lead one group of people, and then you're really not leading them after a while. You're just really taking advantage of the situation and of their ability to be led, I guess. I don't know. You can't just be able to lead one group of people. Otherwise, you're not really a leader. You're a facilitator at that point. I think. I think a leader has to be flexible, and that's a quality of a good leader. Um, is situational, in my opinion, situational leadership? Yes, it's part of my life. It's what I do. I agree with it. I think it's the approach every good leader should take to succeed. Does it resonate with me? Absolutely. I personally immerse myself in this philosophy. I'm a very social person. I love working with different type of people. I'm passionate about understanding as many different perspectives as I can in the world. And so this falls right into my lap. I immerse myself in this completely. Are there situations where I can use it? I do that in my everyday life. I do community development work, and so I have to work with different types of people, different organizations that service different types of clients, different types of people in society, different needs, different deficiencies, different abilities, different inabilities, different everything. It's beautiful, and being able to apply yourself to these different situations is just a blessing in terms of the amount of change that you can help create in the world. Is it relevant to today's world? Absolutely. In such a globally connected world where there's cultures coming together all over the world, everybody has a story, everybody has a situation. There's different norms and social values clashing and newly understanding each other around the world. In our very own city of Toronto, for example, um, and it's very beneficial to be able to work with everybody because everybody needs help. And in a world where everybody is in front of you, there's different groups everywhere. You open your door and you walk out the street and you'll see 17 different types of people. If you look at them and understand society, and you'll see so many different types of people before you even get to the end of the street. So it's definitely valuable to be able to apply yourself in a leadership capacity to many different situations, many different people with many different situations, because that's what I think a good leader is about. Yeah, I get really lost in community development. I can talk forever about this. I feel I've connected with all of those points without going into some pretty deep reflection now. But that's why I like this medium. Wow, I just want to pour my heart out. I think these two models of leadership should be combined into one very effectively because they go so well together. These people who want to be led in my field of work, community development, are usually marginalized people who are under resourced and underfunded, and that's educationally, intellectually, physically, nutritionally, everything. But they don't know how to access what resources to make their dreams and hopes and values and ideas come to life. And many of these people come from so many different cultures where they have better understanding of what works for their culture in terms of social support. So they are the best people to consult, and they are the best people to have and on board and organize together to create the change for their each individual community. So I think both of these model is just beautiful, and when combined will make absolute beautiful harmony in terms of what I do, community development work, trying to help marginalized communities uh, as much as I can. Thank you, and that is the end of my piece for Milestone 1, Traditional Approaches to Leadership.